to Ebony Butterfly. I'm your host, Ebony Butterfly. Today I'm with my co-host for today.
Hi, everyone. Adrian.
It's Adrian. Adrian's back again. So what are we going to talk about today, Adrian?
So I think of this as a follow-up probably to the one we did a while ago about my job search and resume advice.
Okay,
I think we got some questions in the comments on that one talking about how did I prepare? Like, how did I put myself in a position to, like, be prepared to do that?
Okay,
And talking about, what I did in high school, how I applied to college, and sort of the things and extracurriculars, activities I did in college that helped me prepare for this.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, so let's start with high school.
Yeah, so I think in high school, and as cliche as I think it's just important that people find, actually, honestly, this is a common theme, that, like, students find 2 or 3 things that they can really focus on and make a difference in those organizations. So for me, that was, I did choir, I was really heavily involved with, and then I did science Olympiad, and those were kind of like my 2 like big things that I spent most of my time on.
Oh, okay, so you feel like being involved, and I'm sorry, what was it?
No, go ahead.
You feel like being involved in something just helped you excel.
Yeah, I mean, it helped you stand out, right? Because I think the academics piece, like, you definitely have to have strong grades. And strong, it varies depending on, like, what school or field you're talking about. But you need strong grades for whatever that baseline is. But that's sort of the bare minimum. Showing extracurricular activities can kind of prove that, you can work with people on teams, you can, like, manage projects, you can, like, manage time, and that you're proactive. And all of those things kind of help you stand out both in the college admissions process and then also when you're looking for jobs.
Okay, so your college admissions process, they want to see the extracurricular activity.
Yeah, they definitely do. They want people who, when they come to the school, are going to contribute to the community of the school, right? So if you can find ways to demonstrate that you will be an active contributor to whatever community that you're a part of, that's going to be the benefit. I mean, it's the same thing when I applied to undergrad. When I applied to HBS, it was the same kind of thing of, like, how can you contribute to the ecosystem in the classroom?
So when you graduated, you applied to where?
I applied to 2 schools. So I did the Naval Academy and then the University of Georgia.
Okay.
And for the Naval Academy, if you're not familiar with the process, it's kind of like you have to get a recommendation from a congressman and do a bunch of physical tests. And I went through all of that and then found out that I was disqualified because I'm colorblind. But that was a very long process. So I ended up going to UGA.
Okay.
And UGA was actually a really great experience. Like, in hindsight, I super enjoyed it. I would say maybe be more thoughtful about your college choices and, like, maybe, pick a few reach schools and, like, a school that you think you get into. I basically applied to just UGA, so it's not a strategy I would recommend. But I started off, when I went to UGA, I was going to study computer science because I liked programming. I did a bunch of that when I was in high school. And then I realized, like, while I was in college, that I liked kind of business operations more. And so that's how I ended up on the current path where I did consulting or private equity. And now
so you computer programming. And let's talk about, like, how you decided that wasn't the path for you while you were in.
Yeah, and actually I think this is another good piece of advice here is when you're in college, like, it's very helpful if you can show work experience while you're in school. And so that's actually what I did. I went and found a software company in Athens that was looking for, like, a part-time developer, and I worked as a programmer, honestly, even all through college to help pay for school. And that was, like, part of the way that I funded it, was working as a programmer. But doing that, it actually also had the added benefit of I got to spend a few years in this role, and it was super valuable, and I learned a ton. But I realized that my interests lie more in kind of the business strategy operations side of things, thinking, like, how do we sell to the customers? Like, how do we make sure the company is operating in the most efficient way possible? Like, those are the types of problems that interested me more than the technical problems. And so if I waited until after I graduated to experience that, then I would have been too late to kind of, like, switch path or, like, try to figure something out. So if you have opportunities, even early in high school, to do that. Like, do you remember I did, like, a shadow a lawyer thing? Because there was one point where I really wanted to be a lawyer, and then I shadowed a lawyer, and I was like, actually, this is
this is not what I want.
Not for me.
But that's why you take advantage of these opportunities and then expand a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, work over here, and you were able to do that, which is really great. But also, so when you switched paths, Did you have any hiccups along the way?
I wouldn't necessarily say hiccups, but it definitely you have to. Let's go. Wait, can we get it?
Yeah, look at it. Yeah.
So I wouldn't say hiccups, but it definitely did kind of switch what I was focusing on. So I remember my first semester, actually, I got really involved in like the computer science club, and then there was like this programming competition team that I had got on. And like those were things that were still like kind of interesting to me, but now since I knew that like I was focused more on the business side of things, I started trying to find more extracurriculars that aligned with kind of that interest and skill set.
Okay, so how about this? And so more of what I was saying was, did you have to change any of your class courses, or where?
Oh, yeah. Well, fortunately, though, I still did a minor in computer science, and so a lot of the classes I took worked towards that. But I did have to switch because at UGA, the computer science school and the business school have like completely different sets of requirements. And so those computer science classes didn't help my business degree, but they weren't away because I still worked towards that minor.
Okay, and it didn't hold you up any?
No, I still was able to graduate in 4 years. But that was also, I guess, something, if we're going back to high school, I took a bunch of AP classes, so like a lot of like the intro level curriculum things were taken care of. And so that might have been like another couple semesters worth of work if I didn't already have those classes built in.
Well, and that's important, right? To make sure that you have this foundation in high school and try to get some of these courses out of the way, because it really saves you time and money.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, like, I mean, and it's something that would, that really that they offer the students, and it's so phenomenal.
Yeah.
You can get in there and like all these courses are knocked out, but it's still insane that it still took you 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, but honestly, I was like kind of tracking to 4 years. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted to, I could have taken a more aggressive course load. I took a relatively light course load, so I had time to work as well during school, and then I spent a bunch of time on extracurriculars as well. And so I did sort of like I think the minimum was like 12 hours, so I would do like 12 or 13 hours every semester versus like some people would do like, you could do like 15 or 16, so you can add another class or two.
Right.
And then like you can finish earlier.
And so in saying that also, you wanted to really enjoy your college experience, right?
Yeah, I mean, partially. I don't necessarily think it was more enjoy the college experience. It was more so I felt like the extracurricular benefits of like, so I was president of my fraternity, for example. I was on my fraternity's national board. Like that kind of stuff took a lot of time, but I think that experience helped me be prepared and get the jobs that I did later. And so I felt like having time to really dedicate to extracurriculars was important.
Well, and like you said earlier, people were looking at this, right?
Exactly. Yeah. It's how they know, like, because for
companies,
academics, right? It's just you can like brute force good grades, right? If you just spend enough time studying, you can get better grades.
Yeah.
What you can't really brute force is like learning how to lead people, learning how to like manage budgets, learning how to coordinate with groups to actually like get towards a goal. And like extracurriculars kind of demonstrate all of those skill sets, like the things that you actually have to do and use when you work. Extracurriculars demonstrate all of that.
It's interesting because I mean, you would think that people have like it'd be tunnel vision, but people don't. People want to see, like, you know what I'm saying, just that you're well versed.
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
exactly.
People want to see that.
There's two things that I guess I would want to add on here. One is this: it's not just breadth, right? It's not like, oh, you were on 10 clubs. It's like, okay, you could be in one club, but it's like, how is this organization different or better for you having been here? That's what really makes the difference.
Okay.
And on the like academic side, I don't want to make it seem like academics don't matter, because they definitely is like a baseline, right? Like, so if your grades are below a certain point, then your kind of GPA then your resume automatically gets like tossed into the no pile. So you have to have that sort of baseline of like good enough grades in academics, but that's not going to be what gets you the interview. It's going to be, can you demonstrate the extracurricular, the effort outside of the classes.
Right. And I think that's phenomenal. Because I remember when, like, you know, your process and going through and, you know, everything, you had some hiccups along the way, but, you know, do you feel like it was just a great overall experience?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was a really good experience. I mean, and especially at a school like UGA, that's like 35,000 undergrads, right? It just takes effort to find what the communities are that fit for you. And it was an overall really, really positive experience.
Okay, great. Anything else you'd like to add before we close out?
No, I think we're good.
You think we covered it?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember to like, subscribe, and share. And if you guys have any questions for Adrian, let's tell them how they can reach you.
You can reach me at adrian@modelmaster.io.
Adrian@modelmaster.io. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Remember to raise your vibrations.
Yeah, and put a comment down below letting us know what your favorite extracurricular was in high school.
Okay, that's good. All right. Have a good day. Oh, nothing. That's good. Have a good day. Bye.